What's up, fam? I ran across this video earlier today featuring this woman talking a lot of gibberish, giving women advice about the male-female dynamic and how a man thinks and whatever. Her name is Miss April Jones. Shout out Miss April Jones, but I don't agree with nothing you're saying. And I think that you are giving these women messed up advice, man. I'm gonna let y'all listen to her, and then I'm gonna chime in directly after.
That what somebody say? I hear you, but women got to bring something to the table. That's where you men miss it. A woman does not have to bring finances to the table for a man that says, I want to marry you, but I need your money to take care of you. A woman is the table. A woman's feminine energy does ignite you. It's the fact that she is a woman with some sense, a woman that can guide, a woman that can nurture, a woman that's resilient, a woman that's resourceful. All you men that out here talking about she got to bring something to the table and you're looking for a woman to bring money to the table, you're looking for a roommate is what you're looking for. I've never had a man or ever dated a man that needed me for money, that needed me. What I brought to the table had nothing to do with finances. What made them fall in love with me, what made them want to marry me had nothing to do with money, because I was attracting them like that wanted me. They had millions of dollars and I had no money. They didn't want me for that. But what they saw was, I had one tell me, I'll give y'all this quick story. I was 25 at the time, 3 babies. I didn't have a lot. I was living kind of sort of in the hood. I met this man. He had the #1 jazz station on the radio at the time. And he saw the woman that I am today in me then. I just wasn't wise enough to marry him when he asked, because I was like, I don't want to marry him. I had all of this extra mouth, right? But he didn't need me for no money. And when I remember when I turned 40, he inboxed me on Facebook. He said, hey, babe. He said, it's been a minute. He said, but the woman that you are today is the woman that I saw you at when you were 25, which is why I wanted to marry. He said, I saw all you needed was a stable home. You needed somebody to love on you and protect you. And you might have gotten to where you are a lot sooner. He said, and I said, well, what was it that you wanted from me? He said, you inspired me to, whatever this thing you got, it inspired me to want to go bigger and better. He said, it's your mind. It was your energy. He said, you didn't even know what you were walking in when you were 25. He said, that's why I wanted to marry you. And he told me, he said, I don't believe I would be as sick as I am now if we would have got married, because of the type of nurturing woman that you are. So for me, I never dated men that needed me for money. Even when I was broke, I never dated men. I don't even attract men that need me for money. I had one tell me recently, April, I don't care about how much money you got. How can you amplify what I got? So for me, I just don't attract those kind. So a lot of men equate a woman bringing something to the table as money. Not my men. They don't. Because they don't need me for that. They already have that. And they don't need no 50-50. And no, they don't need me to go have. What they need me for is the feminine essence. They need my presence. They need my enlightenment, my insightfulness, my wisdom, my femininity, my sensuality, my classiness, my ability to strategize, my ability to create. That's what they needed from me. And all of the sexy chocolateness on their arm too. They like that too. But they didn't need me for no money. They needed me as the inspiration or the muse that ignited whatever they needed to go out there and go get it. They needed me to keep the home peaceful. They needed to be able to say, babe, I need to come. I'm going to come home and lay on your lap. I need some peace. They needed the fact that I like catering. They needed those things. By me being the woman that I am, it made them want to give me everything. But I didn't need to give them no money. They ain't never asked me for no money. But I would say, babe, what you doing this week? Oh, nothing. I just got us some tickets to go on the cruise. I would do that. You got us tickets? Yeah. My last relationship, he said, April, the fact that you don't ask for nothing makes me want to give you everything. That's why women out here looking for these men with all of this money to buy handbags and all that. When you got your own ish, it makes them want to give you everything, because now they know you in it for them and not what they can just do for you. I wish I would go 50-50 with a man. I don't have to. If you are a man that need a woman to go 50-50, go find that kind of woman, because there's a bunch of those. But when you say a woman got to bring something to the table and you're talking about money, you don't know a value of a woman. A woman can take a man with no money and inspire his ass to get out there. And next thing you know, this man done made $100,000 in 3 days because she's a woman. I'm just saying. Ladies, don't fall into that. Now, if you one of those, fine. I ain't one of those. I'm not one of those. Y'all see how I got hot. I got to go. But I wish a man would need me to go 50. My grandfather told me, never marry a man that needs you, needs your finances to take care of you because he asked you to marry him. Now, will there be some hard times sometimes? Possibly. Will she kick in? Absolutely. One of my exes told me, he said, man, I wish my wife had some April Mason in her. I said, what you mean? He said, man, times got hard, but I know what you would do. I said, what would I do? He said, you'll write an ebook, you'll create a course, you'll do this, you'll do that. So that's my contribution. That's my value. It's my know-how. It's my ability to say, babe, wait a minute. You don't know what you got because your last name carries weight. Babe, there's no reason why you need to be broke. He said, what you mean? Your last name carries weight. All right, let me go ahead and utilize your last name so that we can turn this thing around so we can get these bills paid. Because you don't know what you do. I have the strategy. I birthed the vision. You bring it to me, I birthed it. I don't go out there working hard for it. That ain't what I do. Because if I do that, I'm now tired. I can't be your vixen. I can't be your little sex kitten. I can't cook you nothing to eat. I can't be your peaceful place. Why? Because I'm tired. Because I've been out here working all day.
First of all, this advice that she's giving out is everything that's wrong with the modern women today. The independent women. The miss I don't need a man. You know, sweetheart, you got to understand that a woman does have to bring something to the table. And you're wrong once again. A woman is not the table. Yes, her energy ignites a man. But it is a man masculine light that illuminates the woman. You know, and a lot of these women are not worthy to be called a roommate. You said if a woman paying 50-50, she need to be considered as a roommate. Some women ain't even, worthy enough to be a roommate. And also, I mean, when I first saw the video, I sort of figured that it was something wrong with you. And then, and in your dialogue, you said that you was 25 years old, you was single with 3 babies, living in the projects. That scene right there would run the average man off. The average man would not be interested in you based upon those 3 things right there. And the DJ that you mentioned, I'm sure he was an older guy. The DJ that tried to save you back in the day. He was a simp. He was coming from a simp's perspective. Yeah, he was an A1 certified simp. An older guy. He probably was 45. Spinning records at the little hole in the wall. And then you was 25, looking good, because you nice looking now. I'm going to give you that. I ain't taking nothing from you. But the biological clock is ticking on you now, sweetheart. But see, this is why you are talking reckless like you are, because of your background. But you have definitely done good for yourself, because you got a little following on social media or whatever, because there's a lot of women that are open to listen to the nonsense that you are spewing out of your mouth. You think a woman don't have to bring nothing to the table, but you as a 40-plus-year-old woman are misinforming these young girls. And that's where men like me come in. And your feminine essence that you speak of, it's not that feminine at all. In fact, it's a form of pseudo-masculinity. And see, tricks and simps, they love that type of energy. But real men don't go for it. Yes, a real man is attracted to a real woman. And a real woman can inspire a real man. But most women are not here to inspire a man. Y'all here to give a man a headache. And I know that you are a headache right now just based on how you talk. And once again, shout out Miss April Mason, because I'm not here bashing you or nothing, but I just hate to hear women like you misinform these young girls. You are 40-plus years old. You done been through the wrangle. You done been around the block I don't know how many times. And you still misinforming these young girls just for a social media following. And that is what's wrong. I don't blame the young girls for their action, because It's misinformation like what you're spewing out. They got them, you know what I'm saying, going astray. Same thing with the young guys. If I'm me, as a 40-year-old man, if I was on here spewing out misinformation, I would be held accountable for leading the young guys astray. So any woman that's listening to my voice, this is a man talking to you. You got to bring something to the table. And if you're not financially straight, that's cool for a while. But if you want to demand to be an equal, you got to be financially straight, baby.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.